BassResinator here. I have a big turtle tray. Let me see if I can turn this sideways so you can see it better. And a little turtle container. And I have mixed up a bunch of resin, and I used a denim blue shimmering alcohol ink to cause that. I think it looks amazing. That's from Reese. I'm going to dust these shells, not the legs. I'm going to try and get down. No, I'll just dust the bottom. This is will be the bottom. This is a container. This will be the bottom of the container. Dust the shell. Not worry about the legs or the heads. Now the head here I'm going to have to worry about because that's going to be a place where bubbles can abound. Now, to go along with that blue denim resin, I'm using Let's Resin Chameleon Powder Grape, which is a bluish purple, and Let's Resin Chameleon Teal. So what I want to do is the grape down the middle on both, but since this shell is smaller, I'm going to use a different brush than the one that comes with the set. Oy. Now this has a lip around, and I want to do that also in the grape. Oh, grape. Grape day in the morning. My grandma Beach. She had so many sayings, crazy ones, such as, well, that's odder than Dick's hat band. Well, I don't know who Dick was or what the deal was with his hat band, but... And then another one she would say, and always made me laugh hard. Oh, murder Anne. Well, why did Anne need to be murder? I mean, I wish I knew all of the meanings behind everything that she said. She would talk all the time. We used to play a game in my family we called it categories. Now, later on, somebody decided that was a good game and decided to make a board game of it and put a copyright on it and sell it, and they call it scattergories. Well, that's not, it's the same game that we did, but we'd have to draw everything out on paper on our own. But way before that game was ever invented, we were playing it. But my grandma would, you're on I don't know if you've ever played it, but you got a time limit, and you try and fill in this grid of clues with words that fit the clues. And my grandma would sit there and talk and talk and talk. And inevitably she would say something, and all of us had written down, and you only got credit for it if you had an original answer. If you didn't have an original answer, it didn't count as many points. So she'd be talking, and she would basically tell us what answer she had, and then everybody you could tell. We had all been thinking about that answer, so everybody starts erasing because we're like, well, we're not going to get full credit. You get 10 points for an original answer and only 5 points for a duplicate. So, and I'm going to try and do the same thing here. Oh, go to the bigger brush now. I got the resin mixed up before I started doing this. It's Tea Expert, and I just hope it doesn't start doing a flash cure in that 2 ounce, that 2 cup mixing container that I've got it in. So I'm trying to hurry as I'm telling stories about my grandma. What a wonderful lady. That lady, man, I'm amazed at her musical prowess. She basically had hymn books from different denominations and different religious groups memorized, and she would go and play for a church, and she'd say, "What songs are we doing?" And they'd tell her, and she'd just start playing it. Didn't have to have the music in front of her. I was like, what is that? How do you do that? I don't know. Okay, now coming back with the teal. I really like this color. As you can tell, I've used it a lot more than the grape. I don't know what this is going to look like, because chameleon colors look really good when they're backed with a dark color, like black or gray or brown or something. But with this denim blue, I don't know. So here's looking at you, kid. And this is all the color that's going in here, because there is no bottom. Like this one has a bottom part of the container that I'll be going into as well. So turtle me one, turtle me two. I'm gonna leave it all up to you. I'm leaving it all up to you. You decide what you're gonna do. Now do you want my love? Or are we through? Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. If that doesn't take you back to your younger years musically, you're too young. Okay. Oop. Put those over there. Oh, really? I was trying to clean around the edge, and then I just wiped it all off. Well, those are pretty. And that's pretty too. I have no idea how much this mold holds. That's why I made up this much. Oh, here we go. That just right on up the neck of that. Okay, I'm going to start with this one's head. Well, he's also got those flippers that go back underneath. Now, let me just pour it in like this. And then start squeezing. So I need to try and make sure there's no bubbles under the lip of this shell, and that there are no bubbles in the head of that. And I needed to go get another cloth to wipe the dribble off of that thing. Okay, let me scoot this guy over. See, there's a bunch of bubbles in that head. Oh, caused such a suction. It hasn't filled back up in his head. That's funny. Okay, now same thing with his. Put that over there. Wow. Hope I'm getting all the bubbles. Well, that one popped on its own. Okay, I don't see any more catastrophical type things going on. Okay, now I'll go under all the time on little containers that have a lip so that it can fit down into the container itself and stay on when you bump it and such. Almost always they have a bubble, but there weren't any coming out of there. That's very nice. Very nice. Bubble came up over here. I'm hoping that was from inside. Boy, that denim blue shimmering alcohol. Goodness, that is a pretty color. Okay, now it's just a matter of time to wait for those to cure up. Okay. Oakley dokley. We'll see ya. Okay, I took this turtle out, but I must say, this one had a couple bubbles around the edge, and I filled them with UV resin. But look at this. It's kind of a matte mold, but with those powders brushed in there, it comes out really nice looking. Okay, this part. Well, I must let me show you what happened. I pull it out, and of course there were bubbles on the flippers and stuff. Well, where's the head? And then look, what happened here? And then, so I was able to get the head out, but it doesn't even fit. It's like there was stuff missing. Where'd it go? I have no idea. That's going to go in the use in some other project. So I made another one, and of course he had bubbles under the flippers. It was very difficult to get out. This mold, let me just put it to you this way, is not for beginners. Now this, it comes out and it's fine looking. Okay, it's kind of cute, and when you put it with the lid, really nice, really nice. This mold is not for the faint at heart or a beginner. It is definitely not a beginner thing. It's a lot of work getting it out of there and making sure you don't have bubbles. In fact, I was not successful getting the bubbles out, and I've been doing resin work for 2 years. Never had anything like that happen. So yeah, that was just weird. Okay, I did loosen the edges on this one, but I didn't do any more. Now this is further on than the back leg, so I think I'm going to go for the back end first to try and remove it. Oh, it's pretty stuff, man. These gloves got stuck. Yeah, so having to do 2 of those turtles, this one has been in the mold for quite some time. Wow, really? Come out, wherever you are. So it's not bendy whatsoever. If it were bendy, it might be easier. Oh, man. Look at the effect of that metallic alcohol ink. It's just really cool. Really cool and sparkly. I'm going to have to file around the edge right here. That's awfully sharp. That's one of the reasons I'm wearing these gloves. Cut myself pretty good the other day on the removing. And of course, I wasn't even filming, which is probably better, because then YouTube would make me take it off. You're showing blood. Good thing is this silicone is not super stiff, which is making it a little easier to get these flippers out. Ay. Now it should be much easier. Well, maybe I'll just go with. Oh yeah, now we're cooking with gas. Okay, man, that got super tight on my thumb. Where? There.
where it twisted my glove on me. Oh yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, so let me put both of these down next to each other. Now this one's glossy, and this one is not, but it does have a shimmer to it because of those chameleon powders. Yeah. Now there's a bump here for the eye. I could try and color them on, but I don't think I will. This one does have spots for eyes. Let me get out the, I think I'll go with gold marker pen. And remember, I put that holographic on the bottom of that as well. Now this is a strange looking eye. It's a big, long one. Pretty eye. There's this really not a very nice story, because it's people picking on each other, but it'll make you laugh. My brother told it to me a long time ago. I'm not going to explain what everything is, but this boy had a birth defect. It was a hair lip, and he was always being teased at school. Kids can be kind of cruel. There we go. Got the eyes. He's got a mouth, but I don't think I want to. I'll just leave that. And he went to his friend said, "You need to go to the dance." He goes, "I don't want to go to a dance. They're going to make fun of me." And he, "No, we'll be there with you." And it was a junior high dance. And so he goes, and he's sitting there. Of course, and in junior high dances, all the boys are over on one side of the room, and all the girls are on the other side. And so he goes, and there's this girl that was there, and they said, "Go ask her." He goes, "No, I can't do that." They said, "Yeah, she doesn't have anybody paying attention to her. She's really lonely." And he goes, "Well, what's wrong with her?" And they said, "Well, don't you remember she's got a prosthetic eye? She's got a wooden eye." And oh no, I got it backwards. I'm telling it all wrong. Anyway, she had the hair lip, he had the wooden eye. And he goes up and asks her, "Well, you want to dance?" And she goes, "Oh, wooden eye." And he goes, "Hair lip." Anyway, that's kind of dumb. Made me laugh when I was a little kid. Look at that. Yeah. Turtle me one, turtle me two. How about you? Yeah. Okay. If you are a subscriber of mine and can put up with my silly jokes and my silly songs with Tim, then yeah, I thank you for being here. If you're not a subscriber and you would like more weird jokes and more songs throughout, and like seeing pretty art, sign up, subscribe. And right next to the subscribe button, there's a little button with a bell on it. After you subscribe, push that, and anytime I do something new, you'll be alerted. And yeah, then you can watch more of these. So I will take a few stills of these, and we'll leave it at that. So turtle me 1, turtle me 2, buckle my shoe. So yeah, not a mold for beginners. This one is fun, and this one could possibly be done with Resincrete or mixed to mold or whatever plaster type plaster you use, whether it's Resincrete, mixed to mold. Different companies have different names, so you choose. I think that one works because on the commercials, on the pictures that I saw of this mold, it showed plaster or cement pieces made with this, but I like the way it looks with resin. Yeah. Okay. Stick around for the stills. We'll see you for the next one. Bye.